and calls now, whichever get up. Light up my card with a sweet one bliss. Someone flicks me a bag it up. So, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
When we can start. Brilliant. The broadcast is live. So I'm just going to kick it off right now. Nina, this is RKO Boxing here for iBoxing Hub. Nina, first of all, I'd just like to say thank you so much for giving us your time, especially, earlier on in the week. Craziness with the situations that's been happening at the minute. I really, really want to get your input into everything. But first of all, thank you so much again. Yeah. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Just finished second session. Just literally got back from the gym.
Staying in the gym, keep working at it, even though there's been quite a bit of controversy, I would say. Especially this interview with you, Nina, I really wanted to get your input because obviously, like many, I've been seeing everything that's been happening online and your responses on Instagram. Hilarious. A lot of people, they throw around the names of the Clarissa Shields and the Katie Taylors and everything like that. A lot of people don't know, Nina, you've been in the game a long time. Although you do not look it whatsoever. I think after the chat, I need to find out how you're keeping in such great condition. But let's start from the beginning. So the fight, obviously, a lot of people were looking forward to you and Shannon Courtney battling it out for the bantamweight heavyweight champion, the bantamweight world championship of the world. Obviously, Shannon has pulled out. I want to know, obviously, what's happened from before the fight, when you found out, and I really want to know your real honest opinion. So, Nina, you carry on.
Yeah, look, I mean, it is what has happened now. I've just got to move on from that. I've got a new opponent, so I need to fully focus on that now. Shannon is in the past, but yeah, like it just she tried to pull out a couple of weeks prior because she didn't want the fight. She wanted an 8-rounder instead. And then, so the fight was off. Then the next day, the fight was back on. And it was all good again. And then, obviously, 2 weeks later, she pulled out again. So, obviously, we wasn't given any reason. So, it's quite easy to jump to conclusions as to why she's pulled out when what happened a couple of weeks before. Everyone was saying to me, oh, she'll never make the weight. She'll do this, that. But... yeah, I mean, only she'll know. I'll never know the exact truth, but obviously you can jump to conclusions and guess why.
I don't think a lot of people knew that you tried to pull out prior to the event, which is for no reason, obviously, that was presented to you and your team. Nina, just sort of carry on. Like, what?
Yeah, no, it was just, and then, she pulled out a couple of weeks later, and then, we wasn't given any reason. And then the first we heard of any injury was when I posted to announce that the fight was off. So, we jumped to conclusions, but it is what it is. We move on now. I don't need to think about that anymore. I'm fully focused on boxing Katie Healy now. So I just got to concentrate on that.
A fight, obviously, that we're all sort of looking forward to, because I mean, for me personally, when I see sort of a veteran such as yourself that's given a lot to the sport for so long, I think it was more for me as a fan, the event that would, because Shannon Courtney, regardless of what other people have to say about her or whatever, she does somewhat have a name, especially kind of being from your neck of the woods. Now, with the new opponent, announced the new fight, how do you feel? You're still training, you're in camp, you're ready. Are we going to get tell me how this fight is going to be happening with you and Ely?
We've been training so hard. Obviously the focus was on Shannon, but we've made some changes, we've adapted like you have to as a professional, and expecting a big performance.
Well, we're expecting a big performance from you as well. I know that I am, and I will be tuned in definitely. So just going on to your sort of the promotional outfit now. So obviously, you're still sticking with Matchroom. Everything's all cool.
Yeah.
It's not your fault, obviously, what has happened. Has Eddie come to you and said, all right, look, we've got Miss Healy. You get past her. What's next?
Well, originally, when I was boxing Shannon, it was always the winner gets to box Ebanie Bridges. So, yeah, that should still be happening. I know Ebanie wants a voluntary first, but yeah, hopefully the winner goes on and to unify.
Because you've wanted Ebanie for a while, haven't you, Nina?
Yeah, because she's got another belt, and obviously she's with Matchroom as well. She's based over in the UK, so it's an easy fight to make.
Are you on a fight-by-fight deal with Matchroom at the minute?
Got a couple of fight deals.
Okay, so it wasn't going to be you win. Yes, we do have matching rights on the win and type of thing. You've spoken to Eddie. Eddie's obviously come to your management team. A very great man in Mr. Lee Eaton. Very, 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 very lovely human being. I must say, big up to Lee and tell him I said hello if you see him. It's obviously great to see, someone such as yourself being in the game for so long, having these opportunities, and also fights after, say, you come through with the victory. Now, with the Miss Healy, I know you're not going to give me your entire game plan, which is absolutely fine. But what can you tell me that you can see that she might be a threat to you, Nina? I'm giving you. You didn't think that it was going to be the hard ones today. You thought it was going to be nice. I think I'm being cool. I think I'm being okay.
Yeah, she's a nice boxer. At the end of the day, everyone's a threat. I mean, you don't know what someone's going to bring until the night. Like, at the end of the day, she's going to be hungry. She's going to be gunning for my world title, just like I was when I won it. Like, I had no pressure on my shoulders. I had everything to gain, nothing to lose. And I trained so hard and I was so determined to take that title from Jamie Mitchell, which I did. And Katie's obviously going to be in the same position. She's going to be really hungry and she's going to try and make the most of that opportunity. And obviously I have to be here to stop her taking that belt from me. But yeah, look, she's a nice boxer and I'm sure it'll be a good fight. But yeah, I'm expecting the best Katie Healy there is.
Now, with the best Katie Healy, we've seen, I'm not going to bring gender into anything like that because you are all trained professionals, as you should be treated as such. We've seen from, other people, when I say other people, I mean, we've seen when there's that change in opponent just before, you've obviously been in camp. You were in camp for Shannon. You obviously have just said that you've made necessary changes for her. However, there's still sort of that little bit of the curse in which somebody changed the opponent last minute and then you've got to recalibrate. How have you had to recalibrate for her? Because for me, from how I can kind of hear you say, you're like, well, I was up for Shannon and but I really don't want that edge to kind of be lost. Now, how are you keeping that edge?
Yeah, obviously, like for a day or so when it was all up in the air, it was a bit harder to focus. But as soon as the new opponent was confirmed, like we obviously watched her and we changed everything. Like we're not changed everything, but we just adjusted little things. Like we've had to change our sparring partners to suit more her style and things like that, just changing things that we're working on for her style. So, yeah, at the end of the day, my mind's fully focused on her and, fully focused on getting that win.
That's absolutely brilliant. Just because I know I've kind of been hard and fast, but I genuinely am a fan and I was, I'm not going to say upset because that's a strong word, but disappointed obviously for the last fight because I feel that it just would have had that little bit more kind of like the grudge. But I do feel that we do get that down the line. Talking about down the line though, Nina, and as a fighter, you don't want to look past your opponent. Now, saying that, the journalism has to come in and I have to ask you this question. You get through Miss Healy, you get through Miss Ebanie, you're going for undisputed, Nina.
Yeah, that's got to be the plan. I mean, obviously, my dream was to become world champion. So obviously, once now I've become that, I've had to set the bar, and then you dream of the next step. So the dream of the next step is to win another belt, and then obviously become undisputed. But obviously, you have to keep winning to get them opportunities. So yeah, one step at a time.
Now, Nina, with then and. I believe that you can do it. And even if you don't, I know that you're going to give a great showing doing that. However, we've just seen a Miss Katie Taylor fight a Chantal Cameron in what was, I thought that was a great fight. I thought that it was thrilling. is there, and I don't kind of want to bring this into it because I've not seen you lose that edge, but you get undisputed. What are you looking to defend a couple of times? How do you feel in terms of how you, I don't know, let's say the last 5 years, the last 6 years, because I've not seen the dullness, but how do you feel as the fighter? You truly believe that you can carry on and defend a couple of times, or maybe make that move up if you know?
I think, like, obviously, because of my age, I know I haven't got a long career, so I have to take one step at a time, one fight at a time, and make sure I'm still hungry for it and want that. But at the moment, I've still got them ambitions, and I'm still enjoying it, and I'm still hungry, and I'm training hard. So while that's still there, I'm going to continue. But I think a fighter can never say when, because they know themselves when the hunger's gone and the desire to push themselves gone. But yeah, at the moment, it's definitely still there.
We can definitely see it still there. Just going back to the earlier question. Sorry, I added a little bit onto there. I do that a lot. But you, with the fight that we've just seen with Katie, what did you think about that? How did you have it? I mean, incredible for women's boxing at the minute. I remember when women's boxing just started, when it was non-existent. But
I had Chantal winning
clearly.
There.
How did you feel?
I had Chantal winning clearly. I had a feeling she would do it. I just thought if anyone's got the style to beat Katie, Chantal has got it. And I just think everything's happened at the right time. Chantal's probably at her peak as well. And yeah, I just thought she'd be too busy and too strong for Katie. And I think she's proved and showed that.
Too big, too strong. You wanted to say that, Nina. Say too big, too strong. Carl Froch.
Yeah.
What do you think? And this is obviously just opinion based. Like, what do you? Because I kind of see you like in that similar kind of way. What do you think about Katie now? She's obviously want to take in the rematch. This can easily happen to you, Nina. And in a position like that, what do you think about Katie's position? And what would you do in yours if you had lost that way and been doing it as long as you have?
Yeah.
What would you do? What do you think?
I think the sensible thing for Katie to do if she wants a rematch is to do it at lightweight and not Chantal's natural weight. I think she'd stand more. It'd be a fight at lightweight, and I think Chantal deserves the opportunity to box for her titles instead of defend her title. So, I think if she's going to have the rematch, she should definitely have it at lightweight.
Because the thing is that, and I want to get your opinion about this. It seems like they're going to be fighting in Dublin again. You know, just the show, the Irish crowd, absolutely incredible. Maybe not the greatest Irish results on the card in Ireland, but you know, it is what it is. We move forward. Just looking at that, where would you like to have your? So you've just gone through Healy. You've just gone through for Bridges actually. Nina, where do you want to have your title shot? Where would you like that fight to be? Because if you get through her, ever voluntary, Eddie's just kind of licking his lips right now. But you, being the champion, you know, having fought somebody that obviously has a quote unquote victory against Miss Courtney, where has Eddie asked you? You come through these people, where do you want your title match to be? Like, where's your ideal location?
I'm not really that fussed. I've not really thought about it really. Well, this is the first time boxing on a big show. My next one in Wembley. So yeah, it's all new.
Which is criminal, but okay.
Yeah, so it's all new. It's exciting. Just one step at a time. Really, like, I'm just looking forward to boxing on a massive show, a massive platform. I'm just going to enjoy the experience.
That's absolutely incredible, Nina. I think just two more for me. With the Miss Healy, you know, getting pushed up, she's obviously going to fight you for the title now.
Yep.
There has been talks for quite some time in women's boxing that it should be 3-minute rounds.
Yeah.
I believe that some fighters have actually tried to actively get 3-minute rounds introduced into world title fights, obviously with rejection. You know what? I want to know, having actually fought, you know, enjoy the pace for a 10-round, etc., like that. What would you feel about 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, I'd be happy to do 3 minutes. I mean, we did 3-minute rounds as an amateur, so like from the age of 16-year-old girls can box 3-minute rounds as amateurs. So it is kind of like you go from threes and then you have to get back to 2. So, I mean, in some ways, it's a faster pace doing 2-minute rounds. So it does make female fights more exciting in some ways because it's more of a tear up. It's like shorter, so you have to work harder. But then 3-minute rounds, you can take your time more. I think there'd be more knockouts if there was 12 3-minute rounds. So there's advantages of both, really. So I'm sure one day I'll move over to 3, but I'm just not sure when.
And just one final question, Nina, and I just want to say, obviously, thank you so much. This has probably been one of my favorite interviews ever. Like, with obviously yourself being a UK veteran, I don't like saying the word veteran because it just sounds so, like you. But with yourself with yourself having been in the world, you see the likes of a Caroline Dubois, you see other fighters coming through, but I kind of want to focus on Caroline because I really feel in terms of that Katie Taylor, the next generational one that my daughter can actually look up to growing up and stuff. I feel like it's Caroline. Is there anybody, and including Caroline, from the younger generation that you can see now that you just like to plug, let us know about, and your thoughts on a Caroline?
Yeah, Caroline's a real talent. She'd definitely be a world champion one day. She's only young. She'll move fast. She's strong. She's very good, very, very good boxer. So yeah, it's exciting to see all these young girls coming through and seeing where they'll end up. So yeah, there's definitely a big pool of talent coming through. So yeah, it'll be good.
Thank you so much, Nina, for your time. I really, really, really appreciate it. Just if you want to say a shout out, I know I kind of let boxers do this because it's not just the fighter that we're seeing on that televised programming on the Saturday. It's your nutritionist, it's your trainer, it's just everything. Is there anybody that, a shout out that you'd like to say for your fans? Just for anybody, I just want to give you just a couple of minutes. You just do you.
Just big thanks to everyone that supported me along my journey, especially the ones from the start. And yeah, big thanks to all my sponsors and everyone that's helped me out along the way.
Absolutely brilliant, Nina. Nina, thank you so much for giving us your time again. I'm going to let you get some rest now because you've had a hard day at the gym, and hopefully I can get to catch up with you very soon before your title defense. And I just want to say thank you so much for what you've done for women's boxing. Keep carrying on, and excited to see the rest of the journey.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye.
No problem. Have a great night, Nina. Cheers.
See you later. Bye-bye.